Guruji, can you kindly explain what are the reasons of sorrow?
The reasons of sorrow are defined in many scriptures, especially when talking with the point of view what yoga says, why there is sorrow. The entire nature is made of three: electron, proton and neutron. Any electric current through which we are getting light, fan or any instrument, apparatus operating in electricity is also having negative, positive and neutral. Same thing is in the nature. There is a birth, death and life sustaining. So entire nature is made of these three gunas: rajas, tamas and sattva. Now because of these gunas, we see different changes, different proportions, different types of people, different type of conditions in different places with different people. As science is very clear, each matter will have different properties and ratio of these electron, proton, neutron and movements of electron are in different way. Proton means positive. Rajas, it prompts us to do some action. We will be keep on doing the action. What is rajas? That if father has left $1 million, now son is so much active, proactive, want to make it $10 million. Whatever was there, want to multiply this is the nature of rajas. But what happens in doing so, person will keep on running and will never think about the accidents, mishap or something which is beyond control of human mind. When you are running without any control or without any following the stream or the law of nature, accidents are bound to happen. So people who are running under rajas, they find sometime all of sudden shock and they drop into the problem. They were doing for good. I have not yet met any person who want to make losses. Everybody want to make profit. Making profit means rajas. But then why there are losses all over the world? So this is very important question one need to understand. This is the law of nature. You throw a ball and if there is no resistance and nobody stops the ball, where it is going to stop? It will never stop. Throwing the ball and it stops because there is some resistance. This resistance is tamas. This is kind of death. This is kind of reversal coming back. This is very important for running the whole nature. Whatever is born to die. But what is the mind? We celebrate birthday, but we are sad when it is death. Whereas birth and death, both are the same two sides of same coin or two ends of the same thread. We cannot separate them. But why we are sad when the birth is there in the opposite direction? Birth come happy and birth opposite is death. Celebrations end into sadness. Whatever happiness it comes, it turns into sadness. Love turns into hate. People start fighting. Love at first sight ends into divorce. Now divorce is sorrow. But what love was done, it was not supposed to bring sorrow. But why it brings the sorrow? It is the law of nature. First, it was attraction, it was rajas, physical attraction, rajas. Now it opposite, repulsion, tamas. Tamas started playing its role. the ratio of tamas started increasing. It is not like that first day when you fall in love, you were not having any tamas. It was there, but it was in a dormant, it was sleeping, it was lying there in a very small ratio, but it erupted. And when it erupted, it became a big sorrow. So rajas means you keep on trying to create something. Creativity cannot be eternal. Whatever we create is going to die. You create a house, you buy a car, you purchase something new, it becomes old after few years or few days or few months. Then you are sad. Then you have to dispose it of. So disposal is sadness. Disposal is darkness. So that is why when sun rises, people are happy because now it brings the light. But sun sets, it brings sadness. Now there is a study. When the days are shorter, nights are longer, people go into more depression, more sorrow. Now darkness is sorrow. Some of the countries where the days are very short, in those places, in those years, you'll find that people are getting mad because they are suffering more in comparison to brighter days. So this makes one very clear indication what Krishna says. When Arjun asked why there is suffering, Krishna very clearly said, it is not me. People are not suffering because of me. People are thinking bad not because of me. People are doing bad not because of me. This is what Krishna declares. He says, people are in the nature's law. And when law of nature is behaving in its own law, means rajas, tamas and sat. They are the law of nature. Now when law of nature is behaving, we all are within the framework of law of nature. Birth, life and death. Happiness, sorrow and balance. That is why they say rajas, tamas and sat. Whenever these three gunas are behaving, we experience some changes in our life. These changes because of rajas, tamas take us towards the sorrow. What appears to be joy in the beginning turns with the dark side of it. People get married, but they suffer and convert that marriage into divorce. People go to the college in hope that they will study. They get study, they got the degree, certificate, but when they don't get job, they curse. This is the darkness, this is the sorrow. So this is the basic principle from where the sorrow is erupting in human life. Maharishi Patanjali is giving another aspect how this sorrow comes, from where this sorrow comes. Sorrow in Sanskrit he calls it kleshas. What are the origins from where these kleshas are coming in human life? So very first reason he says very clearly for sorrow, he says is ignorance. Now what is ignorance? You may say I am an enlightened person or I am a knowledgeable person because I have completed my master's degree. Now whatever degree you have studied is collection of so much information of any subject. But not knowing the self is ignorance. When you do not know your true self, this is called ignorance. Knowing the other things, knowing about others, knowing about the world, this is information. So information is not knowledge, but information is good for your behavior in the world. But at the same time, when you do not know yourself, this is called ignorance. Then second important reason of klesha, reason of sorrow, what Maharishi Patanjali says is ego. My false I I-ness, my false I-ness. I got money. If it person got money, let's say $1 million. So person will say I am millionaire. But whereas $1 million does not know whether that person is owning the money, or whether the person is attached to the money, or the person is money. Those piece of papers have no idea what they are. Only the person who got that money is saying that I am millionaire. Person creates its own center. It is called ego. When you create your own ego, that becomes one of the major cause of sorrow. Then the third reason, what Maharishi Patanjali says, attachment, raga. Now you are attached through certain things in the life. What are those things? You will be surprised that you are attached to so many minor things, right from your toothpaste, toothbrush onward, to your bathroom, to your toilet, to your bedroom, to your living room, to your car or your belongings, or the person or the place, or the liking of the atmosphere, weather. Whatever you got these things, you say I like that. If something comes and disturbs that likeness, you got sorrow. So this attachment is a dangerous thing that brings lots of suffering. For example, you like a weather which is as suitable to your body, but weather is not always the same. So you always curse the weather. Whereas weather does not know that you are a person. Weather is not changing because of you. Weather has its own course of time. It is a law of nature. If it is hot, it will destroy your many bacteria. If it is raining, it will wash away many of the bacteria. If it is cold, it will destroy those bacteria, those who die during the cold season. So something created by the nature, we need to respect the elements. But because of attachment, we keep on complaining, and that is one of the major cause of sorrow. Then next, Maharishi Patanjali says dvesh. Dvesh means aversion, a kind of hate. That I hate certain type of people. Whereas those people may be very pure. They may not have anything to do with your like or disliking, but you dislike them. Whatever they do, whatever they speak, whenever where they are coming in front of you, you reject them in your head, and they create lot of problem in your mind. Whereas those people are not connected to you with any more, but their every action makes you suffering. So this was a major problem in most of the people when we go and analyze them. The last very important, what Maharishi Patanjali says, abhinivesh. That means, in Sanskrit, abhinivesh means fear of losing, fear of death. Whatever you gain since childhood till date, if somebody takes it from you, you will have real challenge. So what we are supposed to do, preserve the things, hold the things, protect the things, protect ourselves, protect our position, protect our post, protect our belongings, protect our money, protect our knowledge, protect our beliefs. These all are protections because we have a fear that someone will come and tarnish our belief. Even so-called religious people, if you go and tell them something new about some other religion, they close themselves. They have said, don't listen to others. Why? Because they have a fear that if you listen to others, they may have more powerful reasoning or more powerful path than you. You will have no control over the manpower. So the so-called religious sect, they become a political kind of controlling manpower, because they know that through this they can control people, and they are now not allowing them to listen to any other formula or any other talk of any other religion. So this is what we have to understand. Abhinivesh. Abhinivesh, or the fear of losing, brings a lot of fear in the life of losing. This is a major cause of sorrow. So we should just understand this basics of fear. This is the major causes which bring us lot of sufferings in our life. There are methods how to get out of these sufferings are also spoke. We must learn them how to get out of these sufferings. We have to get out from these sufferings. We must learn these methods.